All right, you guys, next, I'm super pumped for you to meet my friend, Annette. I have to tell you, this is the woman, when I was doing my VIP boards last year, she entered, it was like 4 or 5 times each month. She told me, she's like, oh yeah, I'm all about like winning stuff. Like when we went to, we just got back from Las Vegas, SRC in Las Vegas, they were giving away a box of curb and you have to go do push-ups. And that's like, dude, I don't do push-ups, but I'm going to go up there and I'm going to try to win that. She went up there and she tried her dangdest to win that box of curves. She loves, sometimes you're going to find people like that. And it's not even that it's not just that she loves freebies. She's also teachable, coachable, willing to learn and grow. Just this month, she hit platinum. She's a team leader platinum. She's a total rock star. Annette, are you there?
I am here.
Hello. Super pumped to hear you guys. So much fun. Annette, can you tell us, tell us everything about you, how you found Modere, what's your story? Have you ever done anything like this before?
I have never, ever done anything like this before. As a matter of fact, just real quick, my dad sold life insurance, and he was all about forever, and he was all about sales. And growing up, I would say, I am never getting into any kind of sales of any kind. And here I am.
That's awesome.
But truly, I don't look at what we do as sales. I look at what we do as helping people, and that's what makes it different for me. But to get started, I first want to say that I am truly grateful to be on this call this morning. I have listened to so many of these calls and learned so much from every single one that it's an absolute honor to me that all of you are taking time to listen today. So thank you very much. I have been a social marketer for the past 5 months with Modere, but truly they have been some of the greatest 5 months ever for me. I am 56 years old.
How long were you a customer?
Well, I started purchasing in October, which is when you started, just before you started that VIP list.
Okay, yes, okay. Cool.
Cool. So, I purchased the Lean Body System first, and then right after that, you started talking about the 5-day drop, and so then I was like, well, I have to have that too now, and then then I was like, well, gosh, I have to have more entries on that board. It's such a big board. So I just kept buying things so I could get on the board. But I won the greatest Stanley Cup from you that I will cherish forever.
That was awesome.
But getting back, so I am 56 years old. I will turn 57 later this month. I'm truly not aging gracefully, and I'm definitely not going down without a fight. So I'm hanging on to 56 as long as I can. I grew up in the Midwest, although I've lived here in Alabama for the last 17 years, and so this is where I call home. I'm a single mom to a beautiful grown-up daughter who is 27. She's currently living in Denver, working as a pharmacist in a residency program. And that makes me a single empty nester. So, but even though I'm extremely busy, I have a full-time job that I work as an executive assistant to the CIO of a children's hospital here in our area. I have which let me just say too, I absolutely love my full-time job. You can't ever have a bad day when everything you do is to help the kids and the physicians who care for them. Mm-hmm. So it is a true blessing, my position. But I also work part-time for a billing specialist for a physical therapy office. And then I'm extremely plugged in with my church and volunteer there. So I'm an extremely hard worker. Some people have called me a workaholic in years past. I choose hard worker. But my world has always been basically surrounded by my jobs and my daughter, and just doing the best I could do to provide the best life for the two of us. So I've always worked really hard. I also always thought that I was happy and fulfilled because I worked so hard. But I know now that back then I really didn't know what being happy and fulfilled was really all about for me. I didn't know it yet. A few years back, I was 51 or 52. I weighed close to 200 pounds, 196.4 to be exact. I will never, ever forget those numbers. And I truly was not happy with myself. I showed up at work with a smile on my face. I worked really hard. I raised a daughter. I smiled through it all, and I loved being a mom. I love still being a mom. I mean, I will always be a mom, but inside, I did not like myself. I've always struggled with my weight since I was a child. I have done everything to try and lose weight. I have counted points. I have counted calories. I've counted macros. I've eaten prepackaged food. I've added water to dust and pretended it was food. I grabbed onto every single trend out there. And, yeah, I lost weight. But as soon as I stopped doing whatever I was doing for whatever reason, even though I would continue eating as healthy as I could, I would still gain it all back and then some. So in addition to the weight, I had what I called and still call old lady aches and pains. I had back pains, knee pains, ankle pains. I mean, everything hurt all the time. And then it was right around that same time that my dad was diagnosed with dementia and Parkinson's. And I remember sitting down at the table with my daughter, and we both said, it is time to get healthy. My goal and my intent was to be as healthy as I could possibly be so that I could be here for my family as long as I possibly can. And the direction I was going was not a good direction. So I once again jumped on the most popular weight loss trend that was out there, and it worked, and I lost some weight. And then the quote-unquote coupons stopped, and I could no longer afford that trend. And once again, I started to gain some weight. So with that month, one night, I was sitting, it was, again, October of last year. I was sitting on the couch scrolling Facebook, and I scrolled right up on the best thing I've ever watched in my entire life, and that was a replay of Ashley May Dawes. And this video resonated with me like nothing else I'd ever seen. I couldn't even sleep that night. I scrolled through, talk about stalking. I think we all stalk you. I watched all of your videos. I watched every single live, every single day, and then I'd watch the same replay multiple times that same day. It was absolutely insane, but that is when I purchased my first lean body system, and then a couple weeks later, the 5-day drop. I started following Ashley's tips on how to turn your body into a fat-burning machine, and I was absolutely amazed at how the inches fell off. I lost my last 20 pounds that I had put back on again, and I've been able to keep that off and lose more since then until now. I feel better today at 56 than I did when I was in my 30s.
Wow.
I literally became Modair's poster child customer. If Ashley told me to jump up, I jumped up. Whatever she said to do, I did. And it was in December, so it was just a couple months later, that Ashley reached out about the idea about the business side of things. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Because real quick, too, when I first started buying the products, I said to my sister, but don't worry, I'm not getting involved in selling or anything like that. I just believe the products will work for me. So I talked to Ashley about my time and all my jobs and things that were going on, and she said, really, it's about, what you put into it, a little time here, a little time there. And I thought, well, let me think about it. And then I had some things come up that caused me to have to continue to say no, and my father did pass away in February, and so that was not a good time then. And so thankfully, Ashley didn't give up on me. She continued to reach out. She continued to check up on me. I continued to order the products. But a couple months later, I knew it was time. And I knew in my heart and in my gut it was time. So I reached out to her. We got me going. And I think it was like I reached out and I said, okay, I'm ready. And it was late. And she was like, all right, well, look into this and we can talk about it tomorrow. I'm like, no, let's do it tonight. I want to do it tonight. I'm ready now. So I signed up. I had never done anything like this before. I mean, anything that I posted on Facebook. I was a great poster on Facebook, but that was it. I knew there was one thing I would have to do, and that was just the scariest thing for me, and that is the lives. And let's just be honest here, it is still an issue for me. But every day I'm continuing to work on this. I practice all the time. But I will get there, and that is okay. I will get there.
Hey, you got to where you are without even doing lives.
Well, that is true. That is true. But imagine what I could do if I start. But like I said, it has been now about 5 months since I joined Modere. I can tell you today that it was the best yes I have ever said. It's kind of every month that I have ranked up, I was always amazed because, truthfully, I didn't ever think I would rank up. My goal was bronze. Just get me just one rank, and I was going to be so excited, and I was so excited. And then I hit silver, and then every month I'd say, I just want to hit bronze, and then I'd hit bronze, and I'd go, okay, if I hit silver, I'll be so happy. And so those were my goals, and then all of a sudden this month I hit team leader platinum, or this last month. And what I learned from those 5 months of being so excited about my lower ranks is I learned to never limit myself anymore. I have big plans for myself here with Modere, and I will reach those goals. I love what I do. I love my corporate jobs. But Modere has become my passion. And to be able to help others has been the most rewarding thing for me ever. There will always be people who don't think you're going to exceed at something new. I've run into that. And some people won't be shy about sharing that with you. Mm-hmm. But it isn't our job or place to live in their heads. It's our job to continually strive to grow and make ourselves better while helping others.
Yes, Annette, I love that. Go ahead.
I've had to learn it the hard way. I mean, it held me back a little bit, but I'm a different version of me today than I was 4 years ago. I mean, for that matter, I'm a better version of me today than I was just 5 months ago. Like I said, I still have my full-time job. I still have my part-time job. But I now have a passion in something that I love that is helping me grow. My plan is to continue growing my business now with Modere so that when the day comes that I retire from my current full-time job, I can still work my passion from home and have full-time pay. And maybe even, since I'll be retired, work my job from my bed in my pajamas before I go to sleep, which is what I do now half the time.
Yes. No, I love that. Annette, what's your biggest tip for that? Since you work full-time, you have so much going on. Can you share with us, like, your number one, for the sake of time,
yes.
biggest tip? Like, give us your biggest tip.
Sure. My biggest tip, well, my number one tip is to always follow your upline's advice, because they know what to do. They know what they're talking about. They know how to help you. But what I do think is, for each of us individually, is that we need to continually put ourselves out there, continually post, do lives, continue to get your thoughts and what you're doing out there. Because I will tell you today, this morning, I had a friend from high school. She messaged me. I haven't seen her since high school. And she placed an order this morning because she said, I want to see what you're doing that has helped you to lose weight. I want what you have. And just before this call started, I got a message that said, okay, I'm ready to start. What do I need to do to start losing weight? So these are people I haven't talked to in forever, but they have seen what I'm putting out there online. So continue working, continue putting yourself out there. I do it at night before I go to bed. Like you said earlier, sometimes I've done it in the bathroom on a break. I have jumped up. My phone goes to the bathroom with me every single time. But it's just fitting things in when you can. Yeah, and that's all you can do. And never get down on yourself because you can't do more because you're working, because you can do what you can do when you get off work.
Yes. No, I love that. I love that, Annette. I love everything that you said, and I love how you're like, I'm not gonna, like, telling your sister, it's okay, I'm not gonna, be part of this, like, sales or anything, and dealing with, people being like, oh, really, like, you're doing that, like, is that a scheme, whatever, to, like, I'm helping people. They see you, what you have done, what you've been able to accomplish. They see that the products are working, how helpful you are, your friend that just reached out to you from high school. Like, I just want you to know you're absolutely amazing, and I'm so proud of you. And the fact that you got 3,000 volume with $100 of product credits and team leader last month, like, you should be so proud. I cannot wait to celebrate with you with our elite retreat next month. You're amazing. Now,